Victoria's high country may be beautiful, but it can be brutal too. It has a curious history of people going missing, including Russell Hill and Carol Clay, who vanished here 19 months ago, presumed murdered. Police have managed to account for every vehicle that left the valley that weekend, except for this one.
The key to it all is this car. That's our key.
For almost 2 years, Russell Hill and Carol Clay's disappearance stunned the nation. Without a trace, the couple's camping trip appeared to be cut short, with their burnout campsite being stumbled upon by passers-by. 20 months later, former Jetstar pilot Greg Lynn would be arrested, and just yesterday, he'd face trial. Although he hasn't been charged, his actions following what he's described as a tragic accident paint a different story. Russell Hill and Carol Clay, both in their 70s, travelled to Wanangata Valley in Victoria for a camping trip at a location known as Bucks Camp. Peaceful at first, they would soon be introduced to Greg Lynn, another camper who arrived a day earlier. Greg was there for deer, kitted out and packing a 12-gauge shotgun. The following day would see him trek out into the valley to hunt, but while out, he noticed a drone flying overhead, and on return to his camp, he'd see Russell with the drone. Initially ignoring it and simply turning up his music at his camp to annoy him back, a confrontation would ensue. It's alleged Mr. Hill grabbed Greg's shotgun and stated he'd be taking it to the police. In doing so, he fired shots into the air and apparently intended to shoot Greg, with him hiding behind his Nissan Patrol. A struggle would follow, during which a shot would be let off, striking Lynn's mirror and fatally wounding Carol. Greg states Hill dropped the gun to check on her, while Greg secured the weapon. He suddenly was charged at by Hill, wielding a knife. He claims another struggle took place, with Hill falling onto the knife and succumbing to his injuries. While the version of events are questionable, yet within the realm of possibility, it's what Greg did after the incident that has drawn suspicion. Following their deaths, Greg's training as a Jetstar pilot would kick in. He used gloves to clean up the blood and debris, set fire to the couple's campsite, took their phones and the drone, and transported the bodies to a remote location. 10 days later, he'd sell the trailer he used to dump the bodies and quickly repaint his car from dark grey to beige. Greg would later return to the location of the bodies, once to cover them with sticks and brush, and a second time to burn them. He alleges this took hours and made him feel physically sick. Greg wouldn't stop there, and after seeing a 60 Minutes episode about the couple's disappearance, he'd come to learn that his journey was captured by, again, not one, but 2 license plate cameras. His wife found it comical that it looked so similar to his car and old trailer, a claim that he brushed off, but his calm demeanour hid a panicked mind. Police had secretly recorded Mr. Lynn and his wife watching the program and captured images of him removing the awnings from his four-wheel drive. His wife had also captured photos of him repainting the car, proving its original colour matched the photos. Following the arrest, he'd lead detectives to the area he disposed the bodies, where they found over 2,100 bone fragments and a burnt watch by the base of a tree. Greg Lynn's trial began last week and is expected to last several more weeks. However, I have a feeling we know where it's going. What do you think? Was this all just a tragic accident with a cover-up conducted by a panicked, innocent man? Or is it possible that there's other bodies waiting to be found? To me, it seems unlikely that someone can go to this level of effort to avoid detection on his first attempt and almost succeed. Let me know what you think down below. This is Can't Sleep.